What's up guys? So we are going to optimize my pickleball racket, but I thought I will start by telling you the difference between the pickleball paddle, not racket, pickleball paddle, which is this. They usually come in a shape like this, as opposed to what a paddle racket looks like. So pickleball paddle and paddle racket, I know it's a little bit of a mouthful, but that's how they're known. This one's a little bit heavier, thicker and rounder than what a pickleball paddle is, and it's played with this tennis ball sort of a ball as opposed to a pickleball waffle as it's known. So this one has holes in it, as you can see, and this one is basically pretty much like a tennis ball, but I think there are some micro differences between the two. So I thought I'll quickly show you what paddle consists of: the racket, the ball, but that is not what we are talking about today. So we're gonna keep that aside. What I'm actually gonna be doing is pimping out my paddle. So what I've got here is a new grip, which in India it's called, I don't know what this company is, but they're making a lot of stuff for I'm gonna keep getting confused between pickle and paddle. But they make a lot of accessories for pickleball, and in the US this is called a hexa grip. So if you see the pattern on it, it's kind of got this hexagonal structure to it, and it helps you with the way that you grip your racket. So we're gonna re-grip this. This is my handy dandy pickleball paddle that I've been using for the last year, and it's really done a lot of good things for me, so I'm not gonna be changing that anytime soon. I'm gonna be re-gripping it with this base and then with this grip on top of it. After that, we're going to do something really interesting. We're going to add lead tape. So you get two types of tape, either lead or tungsten. Some people prefer tungsten because lead is known to be a little bit toxic, but these are wrapped, so you don't have exposure to lead when it comes to this. This is from the same company as the grip, and what this does is that it adds some more sweet spot to your paddle. So sweet spot is generally where you get the best strike on the ball. It varies from paddle to paddle, but it's somewhere on the top half of your paddle. So by adding a little bit of weight either to the top or to the sides or to the bottom of your paddle, you can basically change the dynamic of your paddle itself. So after a year of playing pickleball, I feel like I could add a little bit of an edge by pimping out my paddle. So that's what we're gonna do real quick. As you can see, they've given a little bit of a diagram as well. Each of these bars are about 3 grams in weight. So if you add it to the top, you get increased power and increased head weight. If you add it to the corners, you get increased power and a bigger sweet spot. If you add it to the side edges, it adds stability as well as increases the sweet spot. And if you add it to the bottom, it increases your power and it lowers the sweet spot. So it comes from up here, reduces the center of gravity to down here. You can also add it to the edge of the handle, and that adds stability and increases handle weight. So what I would want to do is I would want to increase the sweet spot. So we're going to add the side ones, and then let's see how it feels in hand after that. We can go and just hit this against a wall and see how it feels. But starting off, we're definitely going to start with the grip itself. I do have a reference on the TV as well, because this is the first time I'm doing any of this, so I don't really know how to do it. So I'm just going to watch this and learn. We're basically going to keep referencing YouTube, and we're going to do this little bit of a DIY procedure. So let's get started. First things first, we're going to remove the old grip. Now we're going to open up the new grip, or the under grip. So it has some stuff in it. I guess this is for the top of the grip. Oh, and this comes with its own over grip as well. So I guess this is what you wrap on top of this, but I got some other ones from Head anyways, so I'm going to be using these. But this is basically what goes onto the handle itself. So what provides it with grip. So I'm just measuring to see whether the grip is the same size as the paddle itself, which it kind of is. So then I don't need to cut it in any way to reduce the size. This also comes with some instructions, which actually were quite helpful. Remove the stock grip and wet the handle with water to facilitate slipperiness. Fold the strips and insert them into the grip. Hold tightly the strips and the grip and pull to enlarge. Insert the grip slowly but firmly, okay? I think this is the size, right?
Yeah.
That looks fine.
It needs to be cut.
I think it's gonna wrap around there.
I don't think that'll wrap. But here they're not saying anything about cutting it, so let's just not cut it. So do I remove the plastic of this? I'm so confused why this.
Fold it.
No, but for it to stick, you need to remove the plastic one.
Is it even sticky? It's removed anyways. Yeah, it is kind of sticky. So we're going to be folding these 4 plastic strips and inserting them into the top. Okay, everything seems okay so far. This is the correct side. Insert it at the top, fold the strips and insert them into the grip. Hold tightly the strips and the grip and pull to enlarge. Oh wait, we need to wet this first. Come, let's wet this. My god, this is a very difficult process, guys. So we said hold it between your knees, right? Split this apart. Guys, you all have to help me, yeah? Hold those two, like how I'm holding this. Hold the plastic. No, hold it like this.
Like this?
Yeah.
You need to hold the
One
racket.
sec. Maybe I need to...
Or we can do it, you can just insert the racket. Yeah.
Okay. Why not do it like this way? Pull using... Don't let go of this. Don't let go of this.
Now that I see a little bit, you could cut.
Yeah, no?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Bringing this out is going to be a whole effort.
Just do this, no?
Look at you. Air digging left and right.
It's just a mannerism. It's really not that big of a deal, especially in this day and age.
Okay, somehow we have managed to get it pretty exact, which is interesting. So after you do this, what do you just remove the plastics? Remove the strips one by one, holding the grip. Adjust and align the edges of the grip. Okay, that's fine.
Is there any difference you feel?
Well, I mean, you still need to put the over grip on it before anything really happens. This isn't the end result, but it's kind of how it is. But you see, it's much more grippy than just a plain old handle. So if you're holding it, there are many more spots there are many more grooves for your fingers to go and settle. After this, adjust and align the edges of the grip. Okay, grip the handle to verify the comfort and readjust. The bones must sit on the hexa surfaces as shown. So your bones are supposed to sit on the surface, which I think it kind of does. Yeah. Seems pretty okay. After you do that, wrap and fix your favorite overgrip. So now we need to figure out how to put an overgrip on top of this. So we're gonna take the outer film off first. And that is the sticky, tacky side of it. Not tacky because of this color, even though the color is sort of tacky, but tacky means the sticky side of the grip. And then we're gonna take the adhesive off of this inner side. And you see where the taper is? As you can see, it kind of outlines that hexagon thing, the hexagon undergrip that we have applied earlier. It's a super thin overgrip, so you can see it pretty clearly, even through it.
And I did that all within 5 minutes. Okay. Looks really, really nice. And
Hold this.
because you did my Edu warm water method on the hexagon grip.
This doesn't have a double layer. It just has a sticky here.
Do you want to check
So
the height?
in the
This
end,
one has, so we can just use this. Maybe cut it in a taper.
more.
Hold this. Wash your finger. So now that we have the new grip, let's try it out. Let's see how it plays out. You don't really have any place where we can do this.
I wake up, I hear it. I walk down the steps, I hear it.
Feels really nice in hand. I like that the bones sit exactly. We've done a really messy job of the overgrip. It's like some places it's even leaking out, but it's fine because the most important thing is the undergrip. This hexagonal undergrip, that's literally where the bones of my fingers sit. Good job on part 1. It's time for part 2. Okay guys, so part 2. We're going to be adding some weight to the paddle. So as you can see, we have 4 3-gram lead tapes over here, and you can basically stick these on to any part of your paddle. I'm going to make this a little bit more middle heavy, so I'm going to add these to the side. So tape number 1, we're going to put it on the side right here. There we go, that's solid. Right above the logo. Tape number 2. We're going to put it as symmetrically on the other side as possible. It's really important that you all get it as symmetrical as possible so that you don't screw up the balance and the weightage of your racket. So already this feels 6 grams heavier, which for a paddle is quite a bit. but I feel like I could still go a little bit heavier with it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add 2 more, which means that a total weight of about 12 grams will be added to the paddle. That's quite a lot. But we're gonna add them to the top corners. So this increases the sweet spot of the racket, and it also increases the power, because in general I play more of a power game. So the third one, I'm gonna put on the top edge, just like that. There we go. So we have 3 tapes in so far. The pickleball paddle is already 9 grams heavier. And now for the final one. I really like that these are pre-cut and pre-weighted, so it takes all the guesswork out of it. Okay, so there we have it. We should have increased the sweet spot of the racket. You can already feel that it is considerably heavier. It feels like a completely new paddle, to be very honest.
Test number 2.
This is like Thor's hammer right now. It's a heavy, heavy racket. Test number 2, let's go. I mean, you can't, this is a very, very non-scientific test, if we're gonna be honest. We're really only gonna know how this plays out in the game tomorrow.
But we're athletes, not scientists, right?
That's true. Which means we will continue to do stupid tests. So this is already leaning my arm a little bit lower. This is very different, guys. This is going to change a lot of things about my game. The way I serve, the way I spin. I think the added power will really add to my arsenal. Much more speed on the ball. This is going to be a very interesting experiment, guys. I literally can't wait to try this in a game.